Yeah. 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 Insert random animal noises. Hello, we are back for more Totoya. Yarishenanigans, like the name says. Totoya Giarayis, yes! We're back. We're back. I feel good because I went back to the gym after a whole month. I am feeling I'm feeling amazing. My body hurts. That sucks, but oh, listen to that. Listen to that. Listen to that. Yeah, boy. I'm back in the game. I'm back in the game. I'm back in the game. Also, good news. Good news I wanted to share. I did a pull-up. I did an singular pull-up. Like I grabbed it, I yoinked it, I went up, I went down. That's it. That's all I got. But I did one. I did a pull-up. I did one pull-up, and I'm like, yes, pull-up. Woo! Oh, look who's here. I'm just, yeah. No wasting time today. I've already made the lobby. I'm already ready. Danny is joining us. Look at that. Yee. Hello Reva, hello Nadop, hello Danny. Welcome in. With a GT7 and a GT7 shirt. Yeah, look at that. Back in my prime. Oh wait, I don't have. I'm saving my this year's shirt for this weekend because we need to wear it for the actual quarterfinals. It's this weekend, man. God damn. Can you believe it? 3 more days to go. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, my dudes. Happy Wednesday. 3 more days to the Toyota Gazoo Racing Malaysia E-Racing Championship 2025 quarterfinals. So long. I just noticed how small. It is small. It is small. It's like a toy. It's what is this, you know? It's small. So small. I'm so used to the Simagic now. It's like it's at least like an inch wider, at least. An inch wider, or maybe 2 inches, an inch on each side. Right? And then got like knobs and buttons and just, you know, fatter and girthier and just, you know, more chunky, and the knobs and the buttons and the button, the knobs and all the thingamajigs. Real quick, let me just wait. No. Also, yeah, welcome and make yourselves comfortable. We are hardcore practicing for GT7. Day 2 of data gathering today. I actually made an Excel spreadsheet, so I'm gonna pull it up real quick. The Magic doesn't support PS5. No, this is the only rig I have, Riva. You think I'm rich enough to have 2 rigs? Yeah, nah. Hardcore. The core, my core is hard. My snake is solid. My my Totoya. Juan Pablo Montoya. Yeah. Simagic doesn't it is magical, but the one magic trick it can't do is work on PS5. Funnily enough. Yes, Danny, let me change the thingamajigs to the whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna put, for today's data gathering purposes, I'm gonna put the best case scenario tire and fuel wear, which is 16 times tires. We have 16, 22, 28 on the tires, and 4, 8. Wait, no. Is it 2, 6, 8 or wait? What? 2. Wait, I forgot. Wait, pulling up Discord. pulling up the code real quick. Hold up. 468. Okay, 468. Okay, so 4. So 16 and 4. Refueling 10. Reduction yappa yappa. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Change event settings. Cool. 468. Cool. Yeah. I thought it was somehow in my mind. I thought it was multiples of 2. Draven is tempting me with images of the only chance Aston Martin GT3 in iRacing, the new one. Draven, stop tempting me. I'm broke. I can't buy it, please. I can't buy cars, man. I'm broke. Ooh. Alright, we got the thing. Hold up, Nat, let me pull up my personal spreadsheet. My spready sheety. My sheets are spread. Just like my cheeks. But yes, you're right, Reva. The Magic Wheel does not, in fact, support the PlayStation 5. The Sigma Cortex adapter, that is the tool that people use to get compatibility, only works on the last gen Alpha base. I have the modern one, the latest base, the Alpha Evo, which came out this year. So the Sigma Cortex doesn't yet support that yet. So what are the English am I saying? Did not yet support that yet. Anyway, yeah, we'll have to wait a while. Hopefully, I'm hoping by next year's TGR tournament, if they ever use GT7, I hope if I ever have to use a Sigma Cortex, the Sigma Cortex does support the Alpha Evo base and they can use it on PS5. You upgraded your monitor to a 43-inch TV. Oh, you have like a 43-inch TV like on your desk. Okay. Oh, it reminds me in the back. Remember the good old days when I used to carry my TV from the living room to my bedroom and stream? Remember the good old days? Reminds me of that. Whew. 5070 Ti, heck yeah. Shall we jump right in? Those were the days, man. Yeah, you were there, Nat. You were there. I remember I played Bloodborne, I played The Last of Us Part 2, I played God of War, Ragnarok. It's so big I can count your beard. Hey. Anyway, let's get in, everyone. No time to lose, no time to waste. It is 8:30. We have exactly 3.5 hours tops, so let's begin data gathering. I believe Mr. Danny is on the track already. It's absolutely insane how Danny's braking so goddamn late. My brakes are braking. My spirits are not. Let us jump right in. That's just Danny's driving style. Don't ask me how or why. He makes it work somehow. Somehow the man makes it work and it's insane. Yep, okay. I'm not the only one who's all about that track usage there. So I know for a fact that turn 1 and the final hairpin, you can brake so late. So late. I'm not even close to the braking zone there. So if you just look where he brakes. So our reference was 150, right? The 150 board. Here, there. He brakes so late. Now, I just want to take a look where he brakes at turn 1. So the thing about Gran Turismo that has always held me back, even before I moved over to the Magic, that I still haven't figured out, to be honest. A big reason why the top drivers are able to go 1, 2, 3 seconds faster than me on average is because they simply brake later than me. They brake a lot later than me. They brake a lot later than me, and I can't fathom why. Alright, this is going to be data gathering session, so we're gonna Worst case scenario, best case scenario, put the fuel map at 1 and see how long the fuel and the tires last. So all the practice with the medium and hard tires that I was doing has now made me a little bit slower on the softs, which is bad. There you go. Danny effortlessly doing a 40.8 there. He's GT World Series driver for a reason. GT World Series driver for a reason. Forget, we need to practice for different conditions. What different conditions exactly? Right now I'm still just gathering data for the multipliers. I haven't begun taking into account the variable change factors yet. Okay, coming into the end of the first outlap. Off on a whim, I think I'll say okay, it looks like we have 13 laps of fuel on a full tank, from what I can tell at least. $13 laps of fuel. Different multipliers, yep. So on the first day we practiced the worst case multipliers, the worst tire and fuel wear possible. And now we're practicing the best, the lowest tire and the lowest fuel wear multiplier. I think I understand the rationale being rough with the car. The only rationale with being rough on the car is to induce a bit of oversteer. If you begin to induce understeer, that's bad. We burn more of the tires on the right by turning left. We can afford to burn the tire on the left by turning right harder. Huh. Did not think of it that way, Nat, but now that you put it. Okay, yeah, just a couple laps in already. Look at my tire wear. Quite visible, you can see. You can in fact turn right a little bit harder. Maybe you've got a point, Nat. So corners like that tunnel hairpin, for example, I can take them a lot harder. So yeah, even on the soft tires now, I'm doing 42s, which is bad. I should be aiming for 40s, high 40s, mid 40s, low 41s. My brain works faster because I have to fight lightweights. Who do you gotta fight? Yeah, I'm not doing a good job here at all. Yeah, that turn one messes me up very, very badly. You just gotta be a bit rough with this car. It's rough, not in the way you'd expect it. You're still trying to take care of the tires. You're not trying to deliberately push them a little too hard. The lightweight karting drivers, yeah, I feel you. Danny brakes a full car length later in the heavy braking zones and he still makes the apex. So there's always been this thing with Gran Turismo's braking that is just so unrealistic, and it differs so greatly from, you know, just normal iRacing LMU type braking, which makes no sense. What if he's turning slightly while braking? You mean diving? The dive strat. Diving into the corner. Possibly. Possibly. Right now I'm 8/10 behind him on my best lap. Not great. Not ideal. No worries, Nat, no worries. I'm just gonna keep gathering data. Yeah, I figured that'll happen. I also figure you can get a lot tighter on the inside line, right up to the grass, I mean. I gotta try focusing on that too. Don't scrub, don't scrub. So even on the lowest tire wear multiplier, which is times 16, okay, so normally on the worst case scenario, we would have pitted the previous lap at the end of lap 5. So we're on lap 6 and we've still got about 30% more tires to go. And we have 8 more laps to go. 8 more laps on the fuel, but I reckon we'd only have maybe 2 more laps on the tires. So lap 7, lap 8, I reckon. Tight, 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 tight. There we go. Okay, I can really get in there tightly. Yeah, no worries, dude. No worries. I mean, it hides it by default anyway. I understand. You brake so late, man. What's the trick? Do you still carry braking while turning in? Do you get that that slip angle going? I'm still having my iRacing tendency where I the grip traction circle where you can't turn and brake at the same time. I'm disciplined in that sense. Gran Turismo clearly doesn't like that. You can't do the same thing in GT7. In GT7, I think you have to abuse something. I don't know what it is, what the game wants from me. I don't like that I have to abuse it, but I have to, and it sucks. And I don't know. When the car slides off the brake, you have to instantly minimize the steering. So letting the car kind of neutral slide, basically. Letting the car neutral slide. Also, this is lap 8, so we were kind of driving aggressively. Tires only last exactly 8 laps. Look at our front right tire, it's gone. Oh yeah, massive understeer there. I couldn't even slow down in a straight line, that was bad. Okay, so 8 laps exactly. I'm still a whole second behind you, man. 8 laps exactly on the soft tires, and that was only half a tank of fuel, just about half, 46%. We used up 54%. 8 laps. Okay, let's fill it up again. So 5 laps on the worst tire multiplier, 8 laps on the best one. Interesting. Okay, my math. You know what, Nat? Remember the math we discussed? The math isn't far off. Also, we have an ad break right now. Sorry, guys. Should I just take a break? Okay, let me just take a break. We'll be back after the ad break ends, and we'll jump on the mediums now. Oh, look who's here. Oh well. I have my reservations. Let me update it real quick. Huh. So now we're on mediums, right? We did 8 laps, by the way. 8. Okay, I just want to see. Okay, no, hang on. No. I just want to see what the pace is like with this hard tires. My brakes have not felt any better, so it is a massive skill issue now. Today was supposed to be leg day, but unfortunately I did not leg day today. Can you still do that GT7 track limit trick where you, like in LMU kinda, if you go off track you just kind of lift off and slow down yourself when you rejoin so it doesn't give you the penalty? Or is GT7 just ruthless anyway? It's just gonna give you the penalty regardless. It works here, that penalty system. Yeah, okay. So like if I go off track here, I can just like purposely coast for a bit and then get back on, right? Like it will allow that. Good thing we're in different splits, Danny. At least we can, we can kind of work together on this. One thing I've discovered is that the hard tires just do not have the pace to keep up. Even though you can theoretically single stint with the hard tires in the best case scenario, it's just not a good idea. So my only concern is, best case scenario, is it going to be better to single stint or double stint with a faster tire? Is the pace difference really gonna offset the pit stop? I think not. Single stint is the way, yeah. Because Deep Forest is a short track. Because of the high... Here's my boy math, alright? Here's the boy math in my head. The number of laps you do in between pit stops is not enough to justify the offset of the pit, of the time spent in the pits itself. So I reckon even in, I think only one scenario where you spend more time outside on track than in the pits, which is on the hard tires, on the best case scenario tire wear. I'm not going to say the exact value, how much time you lose or gain, but roughly the number is, that's how it is. So if it's anything else, if it's a softer tire compound or any other multiplier, the worst multipliers, you are just going to be significantly outpaced. So single stinting is reducing. Okay, priority 1 is going to be to reduce the pit stops. Priority 2 is going to figure out how to make the tires last, to make that one pit stop happen. Hards is clearly too slow. Softs is wears out too quickly. Softs wear out too fast. More than anything, so doesn't matter. My prerogative right now is, regardless of what the tire wear setting is, I think it's very important to get good at the medium tires. That's a free hint I'll give y'all. For no charge. Free of charge, 00 tip of the day. I think the mediums are going to be very, very important because the mediums... You will, I think anyone who's anyone will at least do one stint on the medium tires, like it or not. I think a medium tire stint is going to be inevitable. And hard tires are only going to be viable if it's a longer race. As far as a shorter race like this is concerned, you just want pace, pace, pace. Minimize the time in the pits. Does that make sense, Nat? Denny? I'm trying to pull some of my iRacing sprint race versus endurance race strategy and some of the things I've done in LMU as well. Like in LMU, a 40-minute race strategy is significantly different from a 2-hour race strategy. Like, I remember in a 2-hour Le Mans race, you might use a hard tire, you might double stint the hard tires and then swap to the medium or soft for the final stint, right? But for like a normal 40-minute race, which you can consider a sprint race, you do change the tires once. The multiplier is like ×3 or something. But you change the tires once to the same tire compound. You don't really change it or anything. So the shorter the race, you want to maximize pace. It rhymes. It rhymes, so it must be true. It must be true. The shorter the race, you maximize pace. The longer the race, you maximize how long you stay on track, because that is arguably better than going into the pits unnecessarily. In a longer race, there's more opportunities for the strategies to play through. Yeah, the hard tires are just a little too slow. A little too slow right now. Now, even though I'm pretty damn sure, no matter what, we're not going to end up using the hard tires, but for research, for educational purposes, let's indulge it. Let's just gather the data anyway. Yeah, I just want to fully finish up the tank of fuel and see how long it lasts. Now, ideally, if we get the best fuel multiplier, we don't need to refuel at all. Ideally. Now, all this data is just hypothetical. We haven't taken fuel saving into consideration yet. That is something we will research another day. Maybe I'll research it tomorrow or on Friday. But I just want to get a baseline strategy going first. Because from what Nat and I discussed is that it shouldn't be that big of an issue worrying about fuel saving. It's better to just keep it at the higher fuel mix and just burst through, because the refuel speed is still relatively fast. You can afford to burn more fuel and refill it in the pits when you take that mandatory pit stop, so you don't lose as much time anyway. It's, sector 1, sector 2, I feel like I can modulate the throttle just nicely, but these hard braking zones, tight corners like this, we have to slow down and really get on the power nice and firm, nice and smooth. I feel like I can't because of just how my throttle works. Or should I say, not work? So that was a very good entry, but I messed up the exit there. Big camber there. So the only time the soft tires will be important now is when we're talking about qualifying. So even on the worst case scenario, we should be able to get in 2 decent laps on the soft tires, and that's all we're gonna have time for anyway, because the qualifying is only gonna be 5 minutes. So imagine that's like 2 minutes for the out lap, because you want to take it slow on the out lap. You don't want to scrub. The second lap is going to be the hot lap, and then you have 1 extra lap just before the timer runs out. Because Gran Turismo, even though when the timer runs out, you still can do 1 more lap, and then when you finish the lap, then it ends. Wait, is that how it is? Can someone remind me? How does Gran Turismo's qualifier work? Can you still do a lap or finish the lap when the clock runs 0? When the clock strikes 0, will you still be able to complete your lap, or is it like iRacing where it just boots you out? Is it like iRacing where it boots you out immediately, or is it like LMU where it lets you finish the lap? From my memory, I believe it's like LMU, isn't it? Okay, 6 laps in, tires are holding up pretty well, pretty consistently. I can get really tight in here, really tight. I'm not getting tight enough, I reckon. My pace has been a bit all over the place with the hards. But within a consistent range. 44, 45 when I mess up badly, 45 when I get a penalty. But on average, 44 mid, 44 high. And that pace is holding up until now. Yeah, that was my fastest lap. Look at that. I'm so used to driving this car in its slippery state that I've forgotten how to drive it when you plop the softs on, for instance. Like so, I was a second behind Danny on the soft tires. There we go. Nice and tight. Tight like my underpants. Come on. I gotta be careful with exits like that. I gotta turn in a bit sharper, a bit later. That was kind of just the transition, the weight transfer was a bit slow through there. See, that was perfect. That was that. That is perhaps the only corner where I want for it to kind of slide and drift. Because it's a faster entry. It's faster than just gripping through the corner. Because you kind of position the car pointing toward the exit curb as fast as possible. Again, 8 laps in, I'm going faster. Pretty late, but I kept it tight. Alright. Tighter. Tighter. Hey, don't be afraid to clip a bit of the grass. Ooh, barely track limit. Barely. Barely. Track limit. It's fine. It's fine. It won't count this lap, it'll count the next lap. This was a good lap. There we go. Someone answered my question. Thank you, Akil. GT's quali is like Lemoo's till the counter ends. Wait, no. Counter ends as in once the clock strikes 0, it immediately kicks you out, or you can still finish the final lap. Which is it exactly? I am confusion. Dude, honestly, hard tires, I mean, their pace is slow, but they are holding up remarkably well. They are holding up insanely well. We are 9 laps in, and my pace has kind of just remained constant. My tires are about halfway worn through. If only they weren't so slow. Finish the lap. Okay. So realistically, with the 5 minutes of qualifying, we only have 2 laps to quali. 1 out lap and then 2 hot laps. And if it's the worst case scenario tire multiplier for using softs, that second lap is going to be worse than the first one. So worst case scenario, we only have 1 good lap on the soft tires to qualify, because the tires will not hold for the second lap. You had to verify your account? Why? What's wrong? What happened? What did you do? No idea. I had this account for a long time. Restarted the app and it was fine. The PlayStation app or the Gran Turismo app? Oh, Twitch you mean? I thought talking about Gran Turismo, okay. Usually Twitch after like 30 days or every 90 days you will have to re-verify. That's just part of their security process. Oh, but also it's a safety feature, because if you turn off the unverified users can chat, you'll get bot raided, spammed, Scammers, all these folks will just bombard the chat, and I don't want that. This way I know it's real people. Real people with legal means, you know, people usually who are of the legal age. And there are a few minors here, I know. That's why I try to keep things PG-13. The understeer. That's gonna be a track limit. Aha! I knew it. Tight, 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 tight. There you go. I can either keep a tight line throughout or do what I did there, go for a late apex, which is a more V-shaped line. Man, the tires are still holding up. I mean, if I just stop messing up, right? Like I'm being super inconsistent. I've gotten 4 penalties. The 4 penalties I got, those are the 45 laps. I just realized y'all can't see what I'm talking about because it's hidden behind the camera, but you have to take my word for it. Every other lap is within half a second of each other. 44, 44, 44, 44, 44, 44, throughout 44. Not a single bad lap has gone above 45. 45 is only when I mess up and make a mistake. Everything else has been 44. I reckon I can push to a 43 with the hards, and I can do that consistently as well, but I am not Taj Ayman. Even if I wanted to, I probably couldn't make that strategy work. So that there is perhaps a viable strategy with the hard tires, but I don't think it's worthwhile. For how much longer you have to stay out on track, the time that you lose every single lap is not worth it. Like I said, this race is not long enough to make hard tires a viable option. It's only 25 minutes. That's shorter than your average sprint race. It's not going to make that much of a difference. And then again, you have to consider, the higher the fuel and tire wear multiplier, the more time you will spend in the pits, refueling, changing tires, so the less laps you will do overall. How many laps? 14. 14 if it's a high multiplier, where you have to double pit or even triple pit, worst case scenario. 15 laps on average. 15 laps is what we are expecting. Look, lap 13, the tires are still holding up. The tires are still holding up. Our tires are like at 40% and less now on the front. They're holding up. I can still do low 44s with it. Tighter. Also, fuel-wise, we have been pushing this entire time. We don't have one more lap. Okay, I think we can just kind of put it here. We will not have enough fuel for 15 laps, but we can do 14 laps. So just as I suspected, best case scenario, with the best fuel multiplier, you don't need to refuel. Don't need to refuel. It is going to be possible to do 15 laps on a single tank of fuel. And we just barely, we exactly finished the tank of fuel across the line. We do need to fuel save a little bit on the 15th lap. On the final lap, we do need to fuel save a little bit. And pace on average is 2 seconds slower with the fuel saving. So yeah, I don't think fuel saving is going to be viable during the race. It's better to just... It's faster to refuel in the pits, because it only takes a second to refuel for a whole lap worth of fuel, rather than losing 2 seconds of deficit for fuel saving. So it's clear winner there, clear choice. And because the refuel rate is fixed across all multipliers, so that is a fixed point of data that we can have. So this is simulated one race here. This is one race, but we did a no stop. We did a no stop on the hard tires. Lo and behold, look at the hard tires. Our hard tires are still holding up. You can theoretically not pit on the hard tires and still finish the entire race without ever having to pit. So if we were to compare, right, it's 15 laps. 15 laps on average were 2 seconds behind soft and medium tire pace. Right, so what's 2 times 15? That's 30 seconds. 30 seconds is quite a lot more. It's quite a lot more than... It's more time loss than just pitting once. Right, so if you did, like, say 42s, for instance, if you're doing 42s on softs and mediums, and you pitted once and you lost about 20 seconds there. Yeah. So going on a faster tire still, and taking the pit stop is still faster than going on the hard tires. So, which goes to say, hard tires just not viable. It's not viable. I think anyone who doesn't know any better who takes the hard tires, that will be the end of them. But man, I am impressed with the consistency we're getting with the hard tires, man. Yeah, the only 4 laps I messed up and I got a penalty, those are the only laps with the 45, 45 and a half, 45 and a half. Every other lap, 44, 44, 44, 44, 44, 44, 44, 44, 44. Fluctuating, of course. There was like 44-1, 44-2, 44-3, 44-5, 44-6, 44-7. So I was kind of fluttering in there. And that final lap where I had to fuel save before the fuel ran out, That was a 46.3, 2 seconds slower. But yeah, I had to extend it anyway. So it is possible to extend 0.3 laps of fuel by fuel saving, but you lose 2 seconds. So interesting. So best case scenario, the sport hard 15, yeah, 15. I'm gonna go put it down as 17, and I'm gonna mark it as I don't know. How many laps do we do with the soft tires, you guys? 8, right? Okay, so now for the important one, medium tires. Okay, this is going to be my biggest priority. Priority 1 is to be really good, really smooth and consistent and quick with the medium tires. And then we gotta be, after we're good with the mediums, I gotta do the same thing with the softs. The softs are gonna be arguably harder because there's more grip. There's more grip to kind of expect from it. I don't know what to make of it. Also, yeah, little quick pit stop chat. I found a buyer. Someone wants to buy the wheel. They're cool with it, and they live nearby because I live in the middle of. Well, I live on the edge of the country, so like it's really far from civilization, Dutch. So this guy lives quite near. He's like, okay, cool, and I gave it to him for pretty cheap. He's like, he's down. But I explained to him the situation like, hey, I hate to break it to you, man. Something came up, so I have a tournament that I'm doing. Yeah, and it's gonna finish in like October. Is it okay if you come and take it after that? He's like, yeah, cool, it's fine. I'm in no hurry. He's someone who's trying to get into sim racing. He's new to it. He was like, yeah, it's fine. I don't mind. The T300 will be missed, definitely. That's for sure. I mean, literally, everything I've learned with this wheel was in this game, in this sim, in GT7. So my best memories have come from this game, in fact. Even back in the GT Sport days, even a little bit. But this wheel was great in like Assetto Corsa. It was great in Race Room. It was okay in iRacing. It was terrible. Terrible in ACC, LMU, AMS2. Oh, karting with this was pretty fun too. But man, I just can't wait to go back to having more force feedback. Putting these muscles to good use. Oh, wait, how many laps did our thing last again? The fuel? T300 goated, absolutely goated indeed. We lasted 14 laps, right? 14 laps hypothetically. 14 laps hypothetically. We fuel save the final lap. But honestly, if we were fuel saving throughout the entire thing, I reckon you can fuel save a lot more. You can fuel save a lot more. You feel me? A lot more. I'm talking way more. 14 laps, you had barely one more lap on the end, by the end of it, right? Ooh, this changes things. Agree, you said don't fuel save, yeah. Because the boy math is simply this. It's faster to refuel for one extra lap than it is the deficit that you lose from fuel saving. It takes 1 second to refuel a whole lap's worth of fuel. 1 second, exactly 1 second, and then you're out. So you lose 1 extra second for every extra lap that you're refueling, but you lose. Maybe I'm slow, maybe, but let's just narrow it down. So instead of 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds. So best case scenario, you're still losing half a second more by fuel saving. Worst case scenario, you're losing way more. If you don't manage the fuel saving properly, like on the straight, if you're not putting it at fuel mix 1 and carrying that acceleration out, you will lose a lot of pace and you lose more time. So we're looking at 1.5 to 2.5, maybe 3 second deficit, which is half a second to 1.5 seconds slower than just refueling. So again, so this is like a static thing that we can kind of fix it across all strategy combinations. Refueling an extra lap is going to be better. It is better to just burn the fuel and just refuel it during the pit stop. Just burn it. Just burn it. Right? The only scenario where we might need to fuel save is after the pit, heading into, say, the last 5 minutes, the last 2 laps. So let's say we refuel just nicely, but okay, for some reason, I know we said estimated 15 laps. If it does extend to 16 laps, then yes, that final lap we will have to play with a bit of fuel saving a bit, and also hope that people don't overtake us, Either way, a safe bet is just add 0.1 of fuel, 0.1 more fuel extra when the fuel is increasing, right? So if you need 3 more laps worth of fuel, add it on to what you have, and then as plus 0.1. That 0.1 can literally bring you from the final corner, the hairpin, all the way to the finish line with a bit of fuel saving. So that's like insurance. Call it insurance. Insurance. Because best attacking spot is still on the back straight. If you want to make a move, you want to make a move down the hairpin, right? If it doesn't work, you still want to be able to get a good exit out of the hairpin so you can slipstream and make a move on the home straight, which is going to be hard because of the left-hander, the down and up left-hander. Because I bet you more than anything, if anyone's going to be making moves on the final lap, on the final corner there, it's going to come down to who has the inside line, because the outside line will kind of scrub you a bit. It's going to be hard. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Okay, now, theoretically, we don't know how long the hard tires last. But I don't think it's going to matter, because I don't think we're even... I don't think we're ever going to use hard tires. B, even if we do, we're not going to last it for that long. So the hard tires, I'm just going to put a big old X there. We don't need the information. If at all, if by some extraneous circumstance we do need to use it, don't need to worry about it at all. The hard tires last very well. Yeah, but the hard tires last very, very well. They held for 14 laps with very minimal deficit in pace loss. Maybe it was a skill issue. I just wasn't pushing it hard enough initially. But even on lap 14, if I'm only a 10th behind my fastest lap, that goes to show. The hards can retain their pace, but their overall pace, the pace ceiling is a lot lower. So it's a lot slower. Exactly, Nat, exactly. Nat, I am populating the spreadsheet live as we speak, so you can just have a look there. So now we are out on the medium tires. This is our out lap. Also, Nat, guess what? I discovered this as well. On the best case scenario fuel setting times 4, you don't need to refuel. You can do 14 whole laps without refueling on a single tank. And then the 15th lap, you technically have 0.9 liters left after the 14th lap. So the 15th lap, you do have to kind of fuel save a little bit, but it's possible. 14 laps push on fuel mix 1 comfortably. 15th lap, a bit of fuel saving. Or if you kind of just mess around with the fuel a bit, I think you can just kind of push hard all round. 15 laps is easy. 15 laps on a full tank of fuel, easy. You don't need to refuel. Even if you do, you just have to kind of refuel very, very little. Wrapping my head in something. There's a race at Horizon Baranang next weekend that I'm really interested to go for because they have a heavyweight class. You know me, I'm very intrigued when there's a heavyweight class in when organizers make like a heavyweight class in a kart race. So it was tempting, but I'm like, yeah, I don't have the money for that, Arthur. Remember the kart track that I told you that opened behind my house? RUD Klang. I wanted to check it out. Nat, would it be an outlandish idea if I'm just throwing this out there. If I gave kart coaching lessons to like beginners, amateurs, people who are not better than me at least. Like I could just focus it on the track behind my house. It would be convenient. But I just wanna, get good myself. I want to be at least within a second or two of like someone who's 10, 20 kilograms lighter than me. I want to be at a comparable level of like these lap record holders and like these fast drivers that I do. I do that too, provide the service. Yeah, I've been thinking about it, but like, I'm always second guessing myself, like, do I actually know enough? Because, heck, literally the last time I went to my kart, the last time I went to Baranang, the last time I went to Kuala Selangor, I beat my lap records so late. It's been a whole year since I've been go-karting, and I'm still learning new things. I'm still trying to like apply different methods and techniques to go faster. So I'm nowhere close to like these fast drivers that I know. I'm still wondering what else I can do to go faster, what else I can leverage, despite me being a heavyweight. And I have to kind of ask myself, is it worth sharing? Is what I know correct, first of all, to an extent, but if I wanted to really get down to the nitty-gritty of it, wanted to really get into the details and pinpoint, why someone's slow, I can barely do that for myself. Can I do it for someone else, Take that first step. Yeah, that's the thing, Nat. Here's the thing. I have footage of myself. I can barely point out mistakes on my own. Here's the thing. Here's what I really want to do. I want to be my own student, my own coach. Now that I have a way to like record my footage, I want to look at it. I want to try, saying, okay, why don't you try, just slow in, fast out. Try braking earlier here. Because I don't want to like tell people advice and then the advice either backfires or is just not good advice at all. Like yes, in theory, I know a lot, but karting is different. Rental karting especially. Then there's the matter of indoor karting, there's outdoor karting. There's so many things coming into play. Okay, I am observing something right now. I am either really slow with the mediums, or the mediums aren't that slower compared to the hard tires, I'm noticing, which is strange. Which must be a lie. I think, hang on. I think I just suck right now. This ain't right. My brake is smooth, Nat. My brake is so smooth. I love it. Oh, the trail brake. I can feel the car just kind of reaching the limit of grip as I trail brake. I know I'm doing it right. Oh boy. Wish I had those Simagic haptic reactors. Can you imagine those? Ooh. Give them simple ideas that they can grasp. Start with the tires. If the tires can't keep up, then they have to adapt by doing certain things. Yeah. Tell them what they should watch out for when driving. I mean, here's the thing. I am technically trying to trial and error the thing. I took my cousin go-karting the other day when I went to Kuala Selangor, when I went to Branang. The day I recorded the footage that you see on the gram. I took my cousin. He's a first-time karter, and he was within a second or two of my lap times. For a first-timer, that is very impressive. That was just about how I did. I too was about a second or two. So he's there. He's got the basic fundamentals there in his head. And then, of course, there's the missus. She's not too much into racing. But the fact that she just got her driver's license, and I remember the first time I took her for an indoor karting track at Formula Karting, she was going at a snail's pace, trying to just figure out the track, not crash into the barrier. And the second time I brought her out to Baranang, she was actually going flat out on certain sectors and trying to carry some speed. She spun a bunch, but yes, she was having fun. She was driving on the limit, went over the limit. I want to just try putting my principles to them. So if I can like coach a complete beginner and to become up to a decent level, then I would have some confidence, because I have to take coaching seriously. You know, people who ask for coaching, they clearly want to get better. They want knowledge from someone who is experienced and knowledgeable. Am I gonna give them that value? Am I gonna be able to give them what they're looking for? Because knowledge, in this day and age, knowledge is there. Knowledge is easily accessible. What you're really getting from having a third eye is having a second set of eyes overseeing you. Eyes that are overseeing you with wisdom and experience. Do I have that experience to point out what something is happening when it's wrong? To immediately be able to point out what to do when something's going right? So that I am very nitpicky when it comes to that. I don't want to teach for the sake of teaching just because I like it. I want to teach if I'm actually sure I can provide some meaning, some value to the people who are willing to learn. Sim racing, fine, right? Sim racing is one of the things I'm best at. I'm no expert by no means still. If I were, I'd 5K I rating, you know. But I'm clearly not. But at least I know more than the average person. I'm more than happy to share. But other things I need to be a bit more reserved. I need to actually assess my own competency. Am I competent? Am I wise enough? Experienced enough? Where I work, we like to call them subject matter experts. Am I a subject matter expert on this? Oh, 42. Okay, bringing it down. Okay, the mediums have potential. After 50% tire wear, I'm getting 42s. You know what? I think I can do a 42 flat. Or even a 41. The 42.7 was a good lap. If I can do under 43 second laps consistently with the mediums, that's a good sign. I'm gonna practice this combination again. Like Shia LaBeouf said, just do it! Alright, Mr. Nat, you have convinced me. I will, once TGI is all done and dusted, I'll start thinking about some marketing materials. I mean, I have some ideas already. I made like a bunch of ads on Canva. But first things first, I haven't even driven at the kart track behind my house. I haven't even driven there yet. I gotta drive there a few times, see how close or far I am to the current record holder, see if there's any quirks about the karts or the tracks that I can pinpoint. And then I'm gonna make a couple of advertisements, open it up to the public. Watch out for the line. But I think one thing that I need to really emphasize is my target demographic. I honestly, and in good faith, I cannot cater to advanced drivers. That is, drivers on either my level or drivers better than me. I cannot cater to them. My target audience is beginners, people who are just getting into karting, people who want to learn the basics and get up to an intermediate or an advanced level. When it comes to advanced drivers, I don't think I'm the right person to be coaching. Maybe I can to an extent, but then again, the value proposition, what is it worth what they're getting from what little I can offer? Because I'm not an advanced driver myself. To teach moderate drivers and beginners. Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Exactly like that. Carpet Smiley, welcome in. Welcome in, Mr. Carpet. Where have your magic carpet rides taken you today? Teach me, guys. Come to Malaysia and Arab. I will take you to all the go-kart. We can go kart on all the kart tracks. As of now, there has never been a time where anyone has asked me for karting advice. I've been asking people. I've always been asking people. But honestly, I tell you this, there have only been like 2 people in the whole year that I've been karting, this whole 1 year that I've been karting. There have only been pretty much 2 people who have given me meaningful advice that have allowed me to like go a little bit faster than before. 2 people. In fact, one of them, the second of them was the person who gave me advice before I went to Baranang, before I went to my kart. That advice was the reason why I was able to go 4 seconds faster at my kart. I was able to go a lot better at Kuala Selangor and also do my new PB at Baranang. The first driver was when I first started karting. They just kind of allowed me to get a better grasp on the basics. He was my old teammate Amirul. So that was all. Only 2 people have given me good advice. Everyone else that I've asked, they are competent drivers, but not all good drivers are also good teachers. So taking that into account, the advice I got was, let's just say, didn't really apply to me. First of all, a lot of the drivers I ask help from, they're lightweight drivers. Their driving style is, you have to understand, a lot different than what I can do. I am at a physical disadvantage. No one seems to take that into consideration. People kind of just give a generic, vague, zodiac reading type of advice. It's so vague. You could interpret it as anything. And a lot of the times they're just regurgitating what I already know, what I'm already familiar with. It's a theory that I just need to apply. So it didn't really help me. It didn't really open my mind and make me think, okay, you know what, maybe this is the reason why I'm a little slower. Maybe I need to change this approach, yeah. So the good advice that I got made me think that way, maybe let me try thinking, let me try doing this. And then it worked. And then it's just a matter of finessing that. The finessing part, that's where the seat time comes in, where I just need to spend more money, spend more time in the carts themselves. Yeah, remember you said I can turn right harder, Nat, so that turn 3 there, I am keeping a mental note, I can turn harder. I want to really turn harder. And then here too, it's the right hand corner. I mean, there's only really 2 right hand corners in this entire track that you can push, which is that tunnel hairpin and turn 3. What am I doing? Oh yeah, and turn 5, the little crest, the cambered corner. 3 corners, 3 right hand corners. I gotta push that corners a lot. Sometimes I want to go-kart at the market. I see potential to market yourself. You can beat beginner lightweights. Oh yeah, definitely. I can beat beginner lightweights. But keyword being beginner. If I were to coach a lightweight driver, I wouldn't be surprised if they got faster than me. I would not be surprised at all. That's where you can start to teach others. Because people can't understand how I can be so heavy and yet be so fast on the track. And sometimes I have someone by word of mouth recommending me to teach because my student learned so much from me. Yeah, that's definitely the end goal. You want to build a good rep where people see the value, people notice and acknowledge the value that you can offer, and they share it to other people. That's just the end goal of all this. That's the whole point. That's why we do this. We just want to share this knowledge to as much people as we can. I love that. Danny's time is godly indeed now, Rob. That was 95% of his power. You ain't seen nothing yet. The man actually did a 39, mid, 39 high. It is possible. Even I managed to get close to it. I did a 40 flat, remember? I've done a 40 flat with the soft tires. In fact, my average was 40 flat, but I don't know why. When I turned the tire wear on, I couldn't do a 40 at all. I'm doing 41s. Like a 41.6, 41.3. Can't even do a 40. Here's the thing about when the tires go completely red that no one will tell you. Even though you can see a little sliver of white on the front right tire, your tires are dead. Your tires are essentially dead. Alright, mark that up as 11 laps. I'm gonna go on the softs right now. I'm gonna mark it as 11 laps. Erebunu lapu rapusu. I'm gonna put that as 11. But ideally, the maximum would be 11. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the softs right now. I'm gonna try the softs again. Or should I just stick with the mediums and try to get good with the mediums? Yeah, you know what? Let me keep trying with the mediums again. We can do 42s. If I can do consistent 42s across the board, that'll be fantastic. Okay, let me just try a little bit more with the medium. Like I said, medium is the highest priority. I think regardless of what the combo is, what the multiplier combo is, we will have to use the mediums at some point. Mediums is a must. I don't think hards are going to be viable. Hards are just going to be big no. Mediums for sure. And then a bit of softs in there as well. You don't like the bonnet cam, huh? You just figured that out? I've been very verbal about it. But yeah, thank you for the encouragement, Nat. Narab, I will consider it. It's been in my mind, you know, I need to... I'm no businessman. Like realistically, the way you kind of go into real life racing is you make a business, you have a side gig, a side income. Twitch isn't doing shite for that, so I can't depend on Twitch, despite how much I've invested into it. I guess I just have to keep doing it. I suppose market it more, which I just don't have time for, given the nature of my work. I need something else, something, you know, within motorsports that I can contribute, but also kind of finance my real motorsport endeavors, I suppose. So karting is a good place to start. And yeah, especially now that literally there's a track right in my backyard, 5 minutes away from me. So the convenience is there. So opportunity is there. I just need to create the opportunity, you know. Anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. I'll just do a quick ad break and I will be right back. Shall we do that? Yeah. I think this is a lot better, honestly. The fact that I can, you know, manually bring up these ad breaks. At least it gives you guys a moment to pause as well. So, and I want to assure you all that you're not missing anything. Yes, sometimes I yap a lot. Like even now I'm yapping, but you know, especially if we're doing like a real actual game, I don't want y'all to be missing anything. Also, my dudes, we are running, I believe we are running an challenge, which is if you guys want to see a Spooktober special where we do a marathon of all the Resident Evil games, let me know if you all might be interested in seeing that, because God knows, man. I mean, after TGR is over, I really would love to just pause on sim racing for a bit. I'll just do some iRacing in my own time, some LMU. But for the most part, we're just going to be doing like a full playthrough marathon of all the Resident Evil games. Mostly because I just want to get them over with and then sell them. I just want to sell them, dude. They're just sitting there. I can use that money to, like, I don't know, put it in for a few more iRacing tracks or whatever. Or LMU's new DLC might be coming soon too. Wait, do you guys see the... Hold on, do you guys see the stream challenge? Do you guys see it? Do you guys see the Spooktober marathon? Yeah, okay, so y'all should be able to see it. It's there. The community challenge, I believe it's called. Do y'all see it anywhere? I'm down for it. Nope, y'all don't see it. Okay, weird. How do I make it visible then? No idea what's happening. No. All I can see is your about page bragging about the magic. Hush! I'm proud of it, okay? It's magic. The magic wheel. I hate this music so much. I love every single other music in Gran Turismo, but I hate this lobby music so much. I hate this. Why isn't the stream challenge showing itself? My bad. If you all click the petal points at the bottom of the chat there, then you can see it. Ah, it's hidden down there. It's not obvious. Right. I need to make it more obvious. I need to put like something text up here. Do you want Spooky Chan, Spooktober? Do you want me to become a evil resident? Hashtag bad neighbor simulator. Leon Kennedy? Question mark. Jill Valentine? Question mark. Ava. Was it Ava or Ada? Ada Wong? Question mark. Claire Redfield. Sadly, we are playing the console version, of course. Can't mod it. If you know, you know. Ooh, I haven't even mentioned the biggest one, the biggest, big mama, big mommy. Resident Evil 8. I got that one too. So yeah, we got Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8. I'm missing 3, but I'll be down to get 3. The one with I think Jill Valentine. I don't have that. It is cheap. It's like $30. I can just get that one. So yeah, that's 5 Resident Evil games in total. 4 of them which I have on disc. So I really just want to play all of them, sell them off for next to nothing, get some cash flow back. Look at me using big words, cash flow. Get some monies back, buy some. I sell 4 games and I can buy like 2 iRacing cars. Not cars, tracks. Tracks are important. It is week 13 in the racist simulator. I am going to the next season schedule is not out yet. When it's out, I will do a wish list and I'll share it with you all in the next stream, which is probably going to be on like Sunday. We'll see. Okay, so we've actually gathered some data for the 16 times tire wear. Right, we've gathered some data for the fuel as well. I'm still gonna run some pace with the medium and softs. I just want to build up my pace a little bit before we jump to the 22 times, because I think it's important that I also have good consistency and pace on average before I start figuring out these strategies, because I want to be good. I want to be good. Right now I'm a second slower than when I turned off the tire wear, and I know why. I'm messing up a lot. I'm too fixated on the tires not being consistent and just not fixating on just being smooth. I'm trying to push every single corner now. Like remember I kept saying Danny was braking so late on the hard braking zones, and I didn't know how he was doing that. So every time I try replicating that, I keep messing it up and I lose that flow. Me being vegan. Okay, I know I was going to take a break. I'm going to take an actual break now, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back. We're back, we're good. Perfect timing. Let's jump in. I'm gonna do another quick stint practice with the mediums, and then a couple more with the soft, and then we're gonna jump to the 22 times multiplier. I really just want to focus on my pace right now. It's like I know what I need to do to get the rotation that I want. Like sometimes when I get that final hairpin right, I'm getting like instantly 2-3 up to half a second quicker on that lap alone. Sector 3. And again, sector 3 only has the one corner, the hairpin. That's all that's there. If I'm messing that up as well, that is not good. I've been filling my head with ideas. I've been looking at Simagic stuff for far too long. I've been ogling at the P1000 pedals when I know I shouldn't. Priority is triple screen. Let's not lose sight of the goal. Can you imagine if they locked everyone, like forced everyone to use the cockpit cam? Ooh, that would be fun. That would be fun. And honestly, would kinda be okay. Why? Because rear view mirror, rear view on the left, rear view on the right. Visibility is there. And it feels natural too. I don't have to look like that. I just have to dart my eye. I can see who's on the left, I can see who's on the right, I can see who's behind me. And I have a radar. If I have the radar, I can see who's around me too. Not bad this view, but there we go. When it comes to that concrete patch, I don't know if it's good to get that slide going on. Yeah, that was too harsh of an entry. Yeah, I can be a lot... I need to be smoother on the entry and then harsh on the exit. And by harsh, I mean, aggressive. The tire wear does change a lot. It does change a lot of things. It does switch things up and around and make things not what they seem to be. But it's all just a challenge for us to overcome. You see? That slide. I actually want that slide. I prefer that slide. And we can afford to slide the back end around because the back end is honestly, they're gripping well enough. Our biggest problems are with the fronts. So it's all just a matter of mitigating the front tires or being as smooth as we possibly can, wherever possible, on the front tires. Still not quite there yet. There we go. That's how it's supposed to be. One very bad habit that I picked up from Gran Turismo especially is the habit of turning more when the corner is ending. or turning more when I'm supposed to be pointing toward the exit of the corner. I think that's going to be a track limit. Screw it. Yep. So now theoretically, with the soft tires, I should be able, with the medium tires, I should be able to do a 41. I should still be able to do a 141 and a half at least. Oh, are you kidding me? Try that again. That was bad. I just want a good clean pace. I want to be smooth. I gotta be good at the mediums, man. I can't be doing 43s with the mediums. I gotta be doing 42s at best. There you go. So after the apex, I'm supposed to open the wheel up, not turn even more. One bad habit that I still am trying to break till this day is I always tend to turn harder. When I'm exiting the corner still. Yeah, now that my brakes are smooth, I'm having very little trouble with this corner. Yeah, sometimes it's, I think, up to 2 to 3 tenths of deviation when I mess up. But still, very minimal. But all, of course, depends on the rundown and making sure I hold the wheels straight and trail brake lightly into the corner. And then heavy braking in a straight line. The fast line around the final corner is actually people stick close to the pit wall to get a shorter run to the exit. Cut a bit too much grass there. Big slide, did I recover? Doesn't feel like it. Big old scrub there. There we go. Get that early apex. Late apex, early maximum rotation point. Get on the throttle nice and smooth. It should be fast, but not too fast. There's a balance to it. Oh, so that out lap that I did, that was a good lap. That out lap was very good. I got the rotation I wanted, but it was not at the apex, so a bit late on the throttle. Can this be a 42? I hope so. .43 flat, close enough, we're getting there. There we go, yes. Yes, that exactly. I need to use the inside curb as well, it seems like. Brake early for this one. Brake early for this one. All the track. smooth. Throttle. Tight. That felt good. The tunnel could have been a bit smoother. Oh yes, a lot of lawn mowing there. Really opened that one up. It's going to be at least 3/10 faster, I reckon. Didn't quite get the rotation, bit of understeer. Yes, a fantastic lap. Now, this is the kind of pace I need to be doing on the mediums. Normally, a bit wide. Okay. I think it all comes down to this sector. Yeah, I gotta be really early on here. Early on here. Being smooth through there. Super important. A bit late on the gas there. Drop my minimum speed slightly. A bit late. Might be a couple tenths slower, but that's good. I want to see if I can hold, or how long I can hold, sub 43 laps with the medium tires. So that was lap 3 there. You get that rotation. Yes, there we go. Rotation. Rotation is rotating. We are 2/10 down from the previous lap, but the final corner felt good. Yep, exactly 2/10 slower. Tight, there you go. It's okay to cut a bit of grass as long as you get on the throttle early. Use that grass to rotate the car. Little slow, little late, but we'll see. Sector 1 was good. Sector 2 good. And this is with about 60% tire wear. Did not rotate it. Was it faster? If not, by how much? Wasn't on the limit on the final corner there. But exit speed still pretty good. Close. There we go. Just like Nat said, I have more tires on the left side. I can afford to force it a little bit. There we go, nice and early. Mow that lawn. Punch it. Sector 1 also good. So now that I'm being somewhat consistent, I'm seeing the subtle effects of the tire wear. The tire wear losses is honestly very minimal as long as I just adjust to the tire wear. And adapt to the braking references and turn in ever so slightly gentler lap after lap after lap. Because our karting track is in counterclockwise orientation. Again, pace abusing the healthier tires. Look at that. Last lap was better than the previous laps. There you go. Now I'm starting to feel some understeer. Probably lost the 10th there. So that was a slow sector 1. It turns out sector 1 can be a deal breaker corner as well. But Nat, just a quick heads up, I'm practicing on the medium tires now. I'm very happy with my pace so far, but this is in clean air, no distractions. No disruptions. I'm doing 42s consistently. Only the out lap and the second lap was 43. In fact, second lap was 43 flat. Every other lap, 42.6, 42.8, 42.8, 42.7. And this lap, I'm hoping it's a 42 as well. Oh, yep, no, not quite. I messed up the first sector a little bit. This is for solidifying the points. Yep, exactly. Think I lost some speed there. Very late. Could have pushed a bit more on the left side tires. Yep, lost about 3/10 there for sure. Okay, all things considered, I'm getting this corner down nicely. I'm getting that perfect turning down, that trail brake, perfect. Oh, brakes, I love you so much. So yeah, exactly what I thought, 2/10 slower. Can I salvage it on the final corner? Let's be smooth with it. Turn it just before the curb ends. Get the rotation, get on the throttle early enough. A bit late, a bit of a hesitation. Might be a 10th slower. A 20, 43, 42 high would be acceptable. Oh, 43 low is fine too. Yeah, I really guess I can take advantage of the fact that the concrete is slippery through that part there. Yeah, it really is just brake early, turn early, throttle early. Don't want to push the rotation too much through there. A little late through there. 2/10 slower in sector 1, but that's definitely because the tires are wearing out. Look at that, my tires are down to 80% on the front right, about 70% on the front left. Yeah, we lost about 3/10 overall in total. Yeah, still, it's hit or miss. Sometimes I get that rotation, sometimes I don't. Remember when battling, yeah, if I can do a similar pace like this when battling, whoo, the right-handers will be more accessible. Ah, track limit. I was trying to attack that right-hander. Attack, attack. Now, this is, I think, is this our first time running with the mediums on a full stint? I think it is. So we've got really good pace up till lap 6, lap 7 technically, and then we're seeing some diminishing returns. I'm willing to bet we have maybe one more good lap. One more safe lap before the right-hand side tires completely go bust on us. Yeah, good observation. And I think when battling, I need to purposely try to set up so that the car that is attacking or defending makes a move on the left-hand corners, so they burn their right-hand side tires even more. So I have a bit of an advantage. I like that. I like the way you think. Too early on the throttle. But yeah, safe to say, I think best case scenario with the best tire wear, I'm willing to go 11 laps at most. 11 laps on the mediums. I think anything more. Yeah, the first 5 laps, I'm getting that rotation. The last 5 laps, I wasn't getting the rotation I wanted on the final hairpin. Okay, now, yeah, 11 laps is theoretically safe. I just want to see what happens if I take it for one more lap. Already there, turn 1, we're missing it by a lot. Yep, right side tire completely gone. So even there was already pretty sketchy. The final hairpin though is going to be the sketchiest of them all. 3 seconds. Yeah, even the braking performance is just gone. So I'm gonna say 10 laps to be safe. 11 if you're trying to push it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say 10 laps. I think the medium pace was good, can be improved. I really want to try to do 41s with the mediums. So 10 laps to be safe, 11. So yeah, my calculation is not far off, to be honest. My math was not far off at all. Ah, driven tempting me. Aston Martin GT3. Alright guys, I'm gonna do just this one more practice stint. I know said I was gonna do the 22 times multiplier with the 6 times. These are soft tires, I can push them way more. So the outlap, if I were to do, imagine if this were qualifying, the outlap that I do needs to be slower on purpose and very, very smooth. If possible, no scrubbing the tires at all. I need to be cruising with it, just cruising. I need to wear out the front tires as little as possible, and then I have 2 laps maximum, but ideally that first lap is what's going to give me all the power, because the tires are going to be the freshest and with the most tire life, the least degradation. That's what I'm going to be using. So really open it up. Go for a nice hot lap start. Yeah, I forgot you can do that, can you? Gotta remember, if I'm qualifying, I gotta do a hot lap start. One kilometer per hour faster. That wasn't a clean hot lap start either. Oh, there's so much grip, honestly. There's so much grip, I'm not even joking. It's such a huge difference from the mediums. Medium and hard, in terms of how they feel to drive, are roughly the same, but the softs are just in a whole different level. I can turn harder, my minimum speeds are higher. You see what I mean? Yeah, already our tires, we're not even done with the hot lap. Our tires are down to 90% on the fronts. But I need to be able to do a 40, man. The qualifying lap needs to be a 40. 41 is that's medium territory. Can try for another lap. I can smooth turn one there. Drew, welcome in. I can turn way harder, way harder. Minimum speed drop, even I'm 1/10 down. I'm not fast as I can be in Sector 1. I really can be a lot faster. Like, I need to do a 40, dude. I really need to do a 40. Yes, yes, exactly that. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. El rotación. Slightly faster in Sector 3. Nice and tight, nice and late. Can be tighter, can be later. Still didn't carry enough speed. Beautiful. Want to turn as little as possible on the exit there so you don't scrub it too much. There is a bit of a compression because it goes downhill. Same thing on the final hairpin as well. There's a bit of a compression. There's a bit of camber. Okay, that's a good lap. That's a very good lap. That was a beautiful exit. We apexed it, we curbed it, we got that micro slide, got on the throttle, punched it. Only a 10th slower than my optimal. Can I salvage it on that final corner though? Ooh, a little bit. Yes. Can I find a point where the compression is consistent? It's hard in Gran Turismo, Nat. It's very hard in Gran Turismo. You know what it's like. That was bad. Yeah, 3/10. I need to be, I don't know, 3/10 faster through sector 1, not 3/10 slower. Optimal says I can do a 41.2, so where is that? So 4 laps in. How many laps can we do on these soft tires? Ideally 7, maximum 8. Okay. Beautiful. I think I figured out the technique to get that slide going through there. But it's got to be consistent. I got to consistently work on that technique now. I got to hold a bit of braking when I turn in to get that tail to slip out. And then I trail brake hard. 41.6 my best lap. Still pretty far away from what Danny has done. There we go. Cut that corner. Smooth in. That's a right-hander. Pressure. Not a lot of feedback resolution from us here. Nice and early, nice and easy. There you go. But you're right about the compression window being very short, because the elevation changes are not severe here. It's not like a big crest, big bump, nothing. It's all just like minor surface changes, like heading into the apex, like a small dip. Stuff like that, that's it. Yeah, if I need to really work on my qualifying pace, because I need to do a 40, man, a 40 high. For the best shot, 40 high is what I need to be aiming for. 42 is a big no-no. 41, okay, I guess, but still not great, not favorable. Big slide. Track limit, that's understandable. So hang on now, this is lap 7 and I've been pushing pretty hard. Tires are holding. Will it last until lap 8 though? The pace loss is to be expected. Now, here's an interesting development. 8 laps, okay, as opposed to 7 that I initially thought. I can do 8 laps, ideally. I've still got tires. Can I do 9? Okay, update. We can do 8. I don't think, I think 8 is the maximum. 9 is going to be cutting it close. Can figure out maybe softs for 7 lap stops, sorry, 8 lap stops, and then we pit on lap 8. Losing the grip already. Nope, no tires. Let's see what it's like braking for the hairpin with no front right tire. The car does veer to one side. It does kind of just, the wheel doesn't keep itself straight when I brake hard. And I gotta brake much earlier. Gotta brake. There we go, gotta brake a lot earlier. Car isn't turning. 3 seconds slower. Just not worth it, man. Just not worth it at all. Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with the 7 lap ideal, 8 laps maximum. 9 laps is just not feasible at all. So that was a no fuel, no tire. That was a 15-second deficit, wasn't it? 6, 7. 7 seconds of time lost. 7. Now, one last thing I want to just do. I'm going to put the tires at 22. The fuel at times 6. Oh, I forgot to save it. We're not going to do a full data gathering with this one, with this combination. I just want to give it a go. With the soft tires just to get a baseline, and then I'll work on the rest tomorrow, and then Friday is when I should have all the data figured out already, and then we're just gonna play a few hypothetical scenarios, pick a few. We're gonna pick the ideal optimal strategies for every possible combination, and we're just gonna practice that within a 25-minute time frame. That sound reasonable? Yeah, this might be the last thing I do for tonight. I just want to do one more time. Just one stint until either the tires or the fuel, whichever one runs out first. And I want to see how many laps I can do with these tires. So 8 laps, 7 laps, 8. 5 on the worst case scenario. I'm guessing on this multiplier it would be about 6 or 7 laps at most. Yeah, I really gotta turn in smoother there. There's so much grip. Yeah, the outlap, like I said, got to be very careful with the outlap, especially when it comes to qualifying. In terms of fuel, I reckon we have about, it looks like 9 laps worth of fuel. Do not want to push it into understeer territory. Yeah, so 9 laps then. That was not what I was trying to do. So yeah, my line through the tunnel can definitely be improved. I reckon about by a 10th faster. Scrub bad. Scrubbing for rotation when you're trying to just slow the car down is fine, but when we're trying to exit the corner, keep the minimum speed high, especially for a long straight like this, it really matters. Matters a lot. Braked way too late, Mr. Braking Zone. It's 150, even on soft tires. 150 is where I can brake. But then there's like Danny who's braking a full car length later than that. I just don't understand how he's doing that. What do you want? 8? Not quite where I want to be yet. I'm still a full second slower than where I should be. That was supposedly our hot lap. Yeah, and I can turn a lot harder there. Out in out, out in out. Tires are going down very quickly though. Okay, that was a good slide. The thing why I want the slide is because the slide gets me pointing toward the exit curb quicker, which means I can use the throttle to pull me out of the corner a lot quicker. And you want that momentum to start building up early on, because there's a long ass straight coming after that. Good line, but I got on the throttle way too early. Trail brake for a bit longer. think I might be turning too early for here as well. Yeah, I'm turning too early. There's still room for improvement when it comes to my lines as far as that's concerned. Okay, tires 3 laps in. Our tires are already at 50%. Yeah. Barely on the track limit. Did feel like I overslowed there. Didn't get that slip angle that I was looking for. Okay, we're starting to see some small diminishing returns here. Yes, that just like that. Can trail brake later, can carry it a bit deeper. Still turned in a bit too early, I feel. Bit of slip, not enough. I had to kind of scrub the fronts a little bit. Too flat, okay. I think this is the last lap where the softs can last. 5 laps, 6 laps theoretically. That was a good line, but still a bit messy. Yes, there we go. Turned in late, got on the throttle early, used the grass on the inside. So that corner is still fine on the 6th lap. I think 6 laps is all that we can tolerate. I don't think it can go one more lap. Tires will be cooked. I think by the time we do the final corner, the front right will be red. Yep, front right is basically gone. Front left is gonna follow suit. I should pit this lap, but not going to. Or 2.6, so pace deficit clearly visible. Fuel, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to say 9 laps. 9 laps on this. So we got 3 laps where we did 41s. 4 laps where we got, I think we could have done 41s. And then the 6th lap, the final lap where we're supposed to pit, that's going to be half a second slower. Because the final 2 corners are going to be slower. So 6 laps, isn't it? 6 laps on the soft tires times 22. And how many laps do we do on the fuel again? Crap. Damn it, I forgot. No, I forgot. How many laps do we do on the fuel? 9 laps, right? 9? Was it? We could do 9 laps on a full tank. We did 6 laps and then we had 3.5 laps to go. So that's 9 laps. And I reckon we can fuel save it to an additional lap, to 10 laps with fuel saving. Yeah, so for fuel saving, I know it is possible to extend 2 laps. You can. Gran Turismo is a bit cheeky that way. But even if extending 1 lap, the pace deficit is so big, it's just not worth it. Not worth slowing down that much just to get an extra lap out. Okay, so we got some data now. Looks like the soft tire performance is not that far off the worst case scenario. We're only 1 lap more. We can only do 1 lap more than the mediums. I'm definitely feeling like, regardless, the medium tire strategy is going to come out on top. The medium tire strategy is going to be coming out on top. For sure. Okay, I'm gonna do an experiment real quick. Let me just... for the sake of experimenting, let me just... Initial fuel. I put about 9 liters in the tank. Okay. Trust. I'm trying something here. I want to see how much time exactly we lose in the pit. What I want to do is I want to see how long it takes to change tires and to fill up a full tank of fuel. That's going to be my baseline data. So that's going to be the highest amount of pit stop time. Okay, so we're going to change tires and we're going to refuel the entire way. How much time do we spend in the pits? There's going to be a baseline data there. We're going to have a minimum and a maximum, so... Yeah, it is exactly 1 second per lap. The fuel value says we have 10 laps, but it feels like that's a bit of a lie. Yeah, it's more realistically 9. I think 10 might be possible with a bit of fuel saving. A little bit of fuel saving. Oh, with the wall. I want to try a different approach through that downhill. I want to brake lightly, just kind of neutral slide through it. Right now I'm over slowing through there. What am I doing? Okay, now hang on. I think we can do 10 laps. Nine laps, I think, is ideal. Full lean mix. There we go. Wide entry, late apex, throttle roughly at the same point as well. There you go, light braking, light work through there. Let the car do its thing. Okay. I'm trying. Whatever happened to the me who could do 40s, 140s? Why am I a full second and a half slower? Shouldn't be the case. Exactly what I wanted. That was a big slide. Probably dropped a lot of minimum speed, but we compensated for it by getting a better acceleration out of the corner. That more than makes up for it. Very good. That was very, very good indeed. A bit early. Wasn't quite on the limit there, so I still think I'm losing about 3 more tenths in sector 1 and sector 2. Can I get that perfect hairpin again, like before? Big slide, controlled. Probably dropped more minimum speed than I was willing to lose. Identical lap time, okay. Okay, starting to get understeer there. Okay, 41.5 already. I like how I'm getting that. Sector 2, it was fastest. Okay. Still a few more approaches for me to try. But wait, what was it again? 10 laps ideal. Yeah, 10 laps with fuel saving, 9 laps ideal. Okay. Alright. I think I'm gonna leave it there then. So there's only 2 more bits of data that we haven't figured out yet, which is 22 times multiplier with the hard and with the medium. We can just extrapolate it from the data we have, but I just want to be sure. Like, these are variables that we need to just know. There's 3 options for the fuel, and then 9 possible options for the tires, because there's hard on each of the multiplier, medium each of the multiplier, soft each of the multiplier. They don't necessarily scale. You'd think like, for example, a multiplier that is twice more than another multiplier, you'd think it would last half as long, but not quite. Sometimes it's like plus minus, there's a 1 lap discrepancy, Gran Turismo type thing, so we can't really reliably use it as data. Like if we just assume that as part of the strategy, it's going to be quite risky, and I don't want to risk that. When it comes down to 1 lap, oh boy. Any time trial that we can possibly do. Still in goal. I'm not gonna bother. What's in... Ooh, Group 3. Group 4. What's Daily Race A? Viper. Vipero. Nah. Can I buy the MOG? The Uni-MOG? I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I think perfect timing as well. We just hit the 3-hour mark. Lovely. I think I'm gonna call it that tonight, guys. That's all we got. Oh, there's like these special race thingamajigs, aren't there? You can get free money. Oh wait, is it this? I remember there's this junk where you can do like a mock race with the AI. Oh no, it's just predict the winner. Okay, let's just gamble then. Who we think is gonna win? Manufacturers Cup. Let's see. Benelli is a good bet. Kai De Bruyne is a good bet. Though Jose Serrano has been on a pretty good roll. Kylian Roumont, yeah, he's been a pretty good one as well. I think it's gonna come down to manufacturer more than anything, innit? I'm gonna go with Mercedes. Mercedes-Benz with Lucas Bonelli. For nations though, Malaysia's not in this time. I mean, France and Japan are good safe bets. God damn, Miyazono with the 4-year sweep. 2-year Nations Cup, 2-year Manufacturers Cup. That's wild, man. Oh yeah, Karatsa. Adriano Karatsa also uses a Simagic Alpha with a converter in Gran Turismo, like Super GT. I'm gonna gamble on Japan, man. Japan is just a good, reliable, safe bet. Do I lose anything? Nope, not at all. So I can't be bothered. Is it this one? Oh, you watch the thing and you get a free money, free car. I'm just gonna pretend I watched it until 6th October. Okay, it hasn't begun yet then, alright. That sucks. Anywho, that's gonna be it. I think I'm gonna call it there. Yet again, a rare incident, another productive Gran Turismo stream. Look at that. Me, productive, Gran Turismo, words that don't go together. But somehow they did today. And yeah, feels good. Feels good to be grinding the tourism. Feels very nice. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna play Red Dead before I go to bed. I just love the game so much, man. That's gonna be it for tonight, guys. One last data gathering I'll do tomorrow, off stream, of course. And on Friday we'll do one last push. On Friday, I think we'll do a bit of strategizing, just kind of piecing together what we have from the data that we have, and really work on the pace, namely qualifying pace and also just race pace. Really hammer down the consistency with the medium tires. Like I said, it's gonna come down to that. The medium tire is very, very important. We'll do that, and fingers crossed on Saturday. Hope everything goes well. I will stream it on Saturday, of course. But heads up, during the race, it's only one race. It's 25 minutes. I think I'm just gonna go on mute. Right, I'm gonna go on mute so I can fully concentrate. All brain cells, all full power to the main boosters type thing. I'm gonna go full power during the race itself. No chatting, no internal monologuing, nothing. I'm gonna be fully on it. Also because I need to have a second. I need to turn on my phone and turn like a zoom on as well. They need to see all drivers to make sure that we are the ones who's driving and we're not cheesing it with someone else. So yeah, that's gonna happen as well. So I just need to make sure I'm not moving my mouth. I'm gonna look weird in the broadcast then. So yeah, thank you all for being here once again. Nat for sticking around. Narop, Carpet for jumping in. Thank you all so much. Also love Akil, Danny. Really appreciate it. See you all on Friday. This one holds a bit more weight for me because I messed up last year's quarterfinals with this car. I do not want a repeat of the same thing again. Last year, I'm a much better driver. I need to have faith in my abilities, to be confident in myself. Maybe I can pull off another one of these, pull off another P2, you know, last to first type thing. You never know. I just gotta keep it in check. Keep my innards in check, mentally and physically. So yeah, I will get some good rest. I'm going to play some Red Dead Redemption. In fact, I'm gonna boot it up right now because I can't wait. Take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and I will see you all on Friday. Goodbye, everyone.